There is a conflation of symbols, however, in Roman mythology, since the deity associated to January is not officially Janus. That seems to be a popularized idea, but instead the deity presiding over the month of January was Juno, who, among other things, is a goddess of childbirth and the moon. She is also, interestingly, the mother of Vulcan, god of volcanoes. She is associated to the peacock, and her father is Saturn, time itself. So very resonant of our banana bird queen, with her colourful tail and being trapped in time, so in Saturn. Now, casting the banana queen in the role of a lunar deity is very interesting if we regard Wrinkly as the earthbound incarnation of this banana queen. Wrinkly performs several similar activities. She exercises, so she strengthens her body and stays active, not allowing to be lazy. She records the game and plays the game, and also knits. So Funky, for example, creates machines, and she creates woven fabrics. In this sense, they're constantly creating the body, the shell. They're creating it, not letting it rust. The only other character in the game who knits, who does any knitting, is Arich, the spider, who is also associated to the full moon in the promotional artwork. So, despite Juno being a lunar goddess, the moon goddess in Roman myth would probably have to be Diana. She is the goddess of the moon and of hunting, of animals and of the woodland. In fact, in his research into comparative mythology, James G. Fraser took the stance that Diana and Janus were a couple, and identified this couple with Juno and Jupiter, sort of considered both couples to be resonant of each other. He considered this regality to be particularly linked to the cult of trees, where Arich lives. So here we have an interesting correspondence between the forest area, Arich, and Diana. Some interpretations of Greco-Roman mythology consider Diana, or Dione, both names etymologically related, to be the mother of Venus, or Aphrodite, whose symbols are the conch and the mirror. These are precisely the items sold by Bazaar. Now, Venus is also linked to flowers, and this gives us another key to this interpretation of the Brothers Bear. In the Game Boy Advance version, Bramble offers you a rose, one of Venus's flowers. A purple rose, by the way. Delving a bit more into comparative mythology, we see that both Juno and Venus share the lily as a flower symbol. So this is probably descended from the Mesopotamian goddess Ishtar, who is also associated to this flower. It's interesting because another famous scholar of comparative mythology, Joseph Campbell, considers Ishtar, Aphrodite, and the Egyptian goddess Isis to all be resonant of the same archetype. The Egyptian and Eastern origins of these goddesses might point to the lily being in fact a blue lily or lotus flower, more common in that area. So the lotus flower, or the blue lily, is a very similar shade of purple as the purple rose, which is given in the game. The lotus flower rises from the muddy waters, and as such, it's generally representative of enlightenment. Apart from offering the rose, Bramble looks for the flower which is represented in his painting, in his screen, so to speak. The Flipparius petalis pongus, an 8-petaled red flower. The mirror, that other symbol of Venus, is used by Baffle to decode the secret figure 8, which is used to enter the sewers or the underground. His shirt, moreover, is decorated with 8-petaled flowers. Now, Joseph Campbell considers the Sumerian goddess Inanna to also fit into the previously mentioned archetype of Venus, etc. And her symbol is an 8-pointed star.